What's up, Star Wars fans? Today I answer the question, how did Ezra get his green lightsaber? That's right, during the Season 2 finale of Star Wars Rebels, Ezra Bridger's original lightsaber is destroyed in his duel versus Darth Vader. And fast forward to Season 3 of Star Wars Rebels, we see Ezra Bridger with a green lightsaber with no explanation as to how he built it or where he found the kyber crystal for it. So I asked you, the community, how did Ezra Bridger get his green lightsaber? And as always, you came through with some fantastic speculation. And first up here is Corey P on the community tab. He states, when Ezra built his first one, Kanan said he'd been collecting parts over the years. And as for the color, I think Ezra became more in tune with the Force after Kanan's injury and after failing his duel against Darth Vader. And thanks for that, Corey. The reminder that Kanan had those extra pieces laying around definitely could have contributed to Ezra's second lightsaber, though remember at this point in the timeline, Kanan Jarrus has been blinded and he's really struggling to overcome that disability, so I doubt he was a huge help to Ezra in building his second lightsaber. That said, Corey, I think your speculation is definitely on track with where Ezra was able to find the pieces for his lightsaber, but what about that kyber crystal? Well, heading back to the community tab, we got Joseph P stating, perhaps Ezra took the green crystal from the ancient crossguard saber he found on Malachor, though in Rebels we only see him ignite it before it fizzles out. And Joseph, this was definitely a popular theory on the community tab. We do see Ezra find that ancient crossguard lightsaber on Malachor, so it would make a lot of sense that off camera he extracts the kyber crystal and takes it for himself. That said, you're absolutely correct in reminding us that the crossguard lightsaber was broken and it fizzles out, but that no doubt has more to do with the technology and age of that crossguard lightsaber, not the kyber crystal itself. Now there's certainly another popular theory when it comes to Ezra Bridger's kyber crystal. Heading back over to the community tab, Back to the Future Man 1 states he held his kyber crystal in his hand when Ahsoka appears before Vader. So it's the same one from his old lightsaber, but his personality change caused the kyber crystal's color to change. And Back to the Future Man 1, I just went back and looked at that scene. We certainly don't see Ezra Bridger pick it up, and we don't see it in his hand at all, but it does kind of look like he has something in his hand as he's crawling away from Darth Vader as the dialogue between Ahsoka and Vader is going on. And we clearly see after Ezra is defeated by Darth Vader that his kyber crystal would be fairly easy to pick up from the wreckage of his lightsaber. So certainly I can get behind that part of the theory. And I have to admit, despite the fact that I don't really like it, after doing some research about lightsaber colors, it's totally possible that because Ezra is maturing and goes through quite a transition from Season 2 to 3, that his kyber crystal could have changed color. And that's how Ezra Bridger gets a green lightsaber in Season 3. But hey, heading back to the community tab, another short but interesting theory from JCoolGuy15. He states, I feel like the Force led him to the crystal, kinda like the Force led him to the Phoenix crew in the beginning of this series. And hey, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, Bendu is on Atollon, the planet that we see Ezra on in Season 3 of Star Wars Rebels. Obviously, the Force is strong with this planet, and it may have guided Ezra to a new kyber crystal. But that said, heading back to the community tab, we got the Medieval Man 9. He states, honestly, I think it was the Sith holocron. Normally, it would have been Kanan, but now we know from the premiere of the 3rd season that Kanan is still struggling with his blindness. On top of that, Ezra would have been feeling rather guilty about what happened to Kanan, so would have been reluctant to go to him for much. But we know Ezra is still using and studying the holocron, and I think at some point it showed him where and how to find a kyber crystal. After that, it was just a matter of gathering all the necessary hardware and putting together the lightsaber. It was this that caused Kanan to suspect something was wrong with Ezra and allowed him to catch Ezra in the act of using the holocron in the 3rd season premiere. And certainly, I believe this makes sense because the holocron wants Ezra to become more powerful. The holocron, of course, is trying to corrupt Ezra to the dark side, ultimately making him a powerful Sith. So it absolutely makes sense to me that if the holocron could guide Ezra to a new kyber crystal, it certainly would, because it would want Ezra to become a more violent version of himself, allowing him to become more entrenched in the dark side, and he needs a lightsaber to be able to do that. But hey, Star Wars fans, how did Ezra get his green lightsaber? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, I'm Mike, and remember, the Force will be with you always.